Okay, this is happening. I have went through trial and error. Murdoch, why are you here? Sorry, Murdoch has not been ideal. No, we'll just leave him. Technically, he's been idealized, but not really. I've idealized all of my engines. Except for Duck, I'm truly sorry. I can't find my Duck, and I just wanted to do the video. He will be shown when Duck is done, or when I find him. But let's start off with the little cheeky tank engine. Thomas. I'm so sorry, the lighting's really poor. I'm gonna go to the display table. And here we have Thomas. This is my bed, but it's next to the window, so it counts. So, Thomas, you know the restoration I did on a Thomas? This is this Thomas in current day. God, it's really hard to get off. Ah! Sorry you have to listen to me struggle. It's the same Thomas. We'll start off with the shell, builder's plate, boiler stripes. He has a second face. Let me go get it. His second face is his unused face. I like the two of them, so I just made them. I could do a third, but I can't even get his off yet, so because I just haven't undone the screw. But it's whatever. I have a nameplate as well. 1 through 6, excluding Toby because I don't know where to put a nameplate on him. Even though they have builder's plate, they all have nameplates. I'm not sure if I want them to say like their names or like cheeky engine. So I don't know. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. The gap between the tanks and the wheel arch I cut out. The tool has died on me today. The tool that did that. So we need a moment of silence. He was a good tool. Okay, back to the video. I'm sorry. I gave him a black running board. All my engines have black running boards. It's not Railway Series accurate. Or at least I wasn't intending for it. It's more idealized. He also has a gap in his running board. I tried to fix that, but it's very broken. And flat running board because I like it more than the stupid curved one. Yeah, that's Thomas. Here is Edward. Has a nameplate, black running board. I colored in this gap here because I like the idea that it's a gap. Boiler stripes and handrails. I also recolor their faces every time, so that's something to look out for. And then I just colored his buffer beam on the tender. Soon, I don't know how, I'd like to add the third wheel that's missing. And that's basically Edward. He also has the nameplate on his little smoke box. Yeah. Thomas was a Tommy Thomas. This one's a Hit Toy Edward. But let's move on to the third engine, which you probably know. Now we have Henry, which, probably maybe had the most work besides James or Percy. The tender, this is what is this? Trackmaster Henry, so it's kind of squealy. Oh, well, yeah, the face changes. He does have two faces. So we have his, I'm green. And then he has the, grr. How could you say I'm blue? Yeah. He also has nameplate on his smoke box. I tried to make the tender look more like a Black 5. It's really unnoticeable. Again, the tool has died. I won't do moments because we already did moment silence. Henry is the only engine that I've colored in the spokes on the wheel of, because this was like my old Railway Series custom Henry, and like I took those thin tip Sharpies and I colored in there, which worked. So if anyone wants to try that out, call me. Well, don't call me, but back to the custom. I had to glue the thing in because it broke on both ends. So he has a ugly gap, and I probably will fix it. Alright, the front builder's plate, which is also on Edward. I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. Just glue, colored in the spokes, repainted the pistons because it's cruddy. Black running board because yes. I forgot to paint his windows, but he should have those, and I just realized I was holding it at a crooked angle. Okay, the big thing. Why'd I do this, you might be asking? Because, the Black Fives have, more of a dip in their running board. It still needs covering up, because if you can see here, even though I'm not pointing at it, there's a gap, but it's fine. Only bad side about this, I used balsa or popsicle stick to try and cover it up, and he can't free roll that well because his side rods get caught on the balsa wood, which I've been trying to fix for eons. But now we get to go into the big express engine. Alright, and now we have Gordon. He does have another face, though. You might be like, but this is your only Tony Gordon! Or Hit Toys, I think. Yeah, Hit Toys. You might have just saw him. But whatever. But we have a special guest from Joe's Loco. Wow, Central Meadows. Who would have guessed? This is actually the greatest moments, banana garbage-covered Gordon that came from The Indignity, I think, where he has to work at the waste dump, and that controller was like, train, you must go. I'm going to send my biggest express engine to the waste dump. Hee-haw. I mean, I guess it's better than the scrap dump. But, anyone who has this, it's just a free face. It's a free, well-molded CGI face. And that's why I'm using it for my idealization. So, yeah. Alright, Central Meadows, you can leave. You're probably the next Joe's Loco, so you won't have to wait much longer. Okay, Gordon is the only not working engine because no wires. See, I have fixed engines before, but the way I did it was very unconventional, and while I was doing it here, the wire just fell off of its soldering place, and I don't have a soldering iron, so I was like, I can't solder that back on. So I just internally suffered because my Gordon doesn't go fast. I painted the buffer beam. Again, I went to do the third wheel, and then Gordon himself. Regrettingly, I had to repaint this. I don't have the exact blue of the blue plastic, and it does keep me up at night. Don't worry. I just can never find the right blue. This one's I don't know. The camera's very forgiving, or maybe it's not. Maybe you can see the difference. But yeah, it's not perfect. Builder's plate, I extended the smoke box because I actually like that he might have that. So I did that. Amazing. I just realized I've been filming the wide smoke box. I like it, so it was made. Sorry, I can't keep my camera looking at it. I contemplated the idea of a double funnel. Hold on, you're coming back. Like a girl Central Meadows. He actually has a double funnel, which is a detail I may or may not have forgotten about. Just don't tell him. Even though he was right there. But the only other funnel I had was too wide and too tall, and it didn't suit Gordon because you have a small funnel man. Repainted pistons, painted these. I forgot to do that on Henry, but I don't mind. And this. And then I tried to give it more of a C curve instead of I'm making no sense, but you're back. I'm just gonna keep you on the bed in case I need you. The Gordon has this S curve on his running board, even though it should be more like a C curve. Like this. This. Actually, no, I said I was going to keep you on my bed. You want to wear your original face? There. Yeah. I repainted this, and I've never gotten so close to having a Playroll product than this, because this actually, I woke up one day, and I totally forgot I had made Gordon, and I looked at my Gordon, and I'm like, why did I get an old style Playroll? Oh, wait, no, it's just the off blue Gordon. So that may or may not have ruined my day. Something I want to do, and I don't care if it's accurate to the Railway series or TV series. Hold on, who's the other engine on the Joe's Loco's layout? We're here. It hasn't changed. Okay, no cap. I want to give him circle buffers because for some unexplicit reason that keeps me also up at night, Gordon has these LMS-style buffers. I don't know why. It's in the Railway series. It's the TV series. I don't understand. He should have the circle buffers. I forgot to do it on you. I'll do it on you later. Everyone go back. So maybe that's something I'll do. I just need, like, maybe trim it. I don't know. Yeah, that's Gordon. I don't think I'm missing anything else. So yeah, now, time to get vain. Behold, if I can flatten out my covers, the most reddest engine of them all. Gems. We'll do the tender first because, yeah, I didn't need to paint his. He's the only one, and I keep forgetting to do this. He's the only one with numbers on his buffer beams, like a real engine. It keeps antagonizing me because I see this and I'm like, I forgot to do it on the other engines. So, yeah, struggles. I have blue lining because I like it. Repainted his 5 because I needed to. Painted this. I don't know where his bad coal cover is. Painted this, yeah. Alright, now we can get on to beauty. Let's just let you soak it all up if you want to. Alright, let's begin. So, blue lining, builder's plate. The painted windows. I drummeled. So, if you hate sanding and you wish there was a tool you can sand, like you can just sand with, I recommend a Dremel tool and a Dremel kit, because you can just put a sander kit on the Dremel tool and go to town. I Dremeled off almost all the black paint. So his roof cab is red, and it's very James. So anyone who wants to have red side rods and doesn't exactly want to spray paint side rods, and they have too many stepneys, just take them off with a stepney. Look at this. Never looks more official than stealing it from an official product. This is a Stepney side rod, and it looks so good. In my opinion, jams. So, I had this little thing here. I genuinely, for the life of me, don't know what it's called. I want to move the dome back and make it bigger, but we haven't gotten there, and, you know, he looks fine with it. So, nameplate, I'm so sorry. No, it's nameplate. I am not here today. It's also on the wheel arch, like Gordon. I forgot to mention that. These Gordon and James are the only ones with it on the wheel arch because I'm really bad at making nameplates, and they only fit on the smoke box. But whatever. Gold lining, blue lining, you get it. Black running board, yeah. I took an RC James face, and some of you are screaming like, ah! But let me show you the current state of the RC James. Here, let me show you. Here's a normal RC James, you know, pretty good. Where the frick is it? Hold on. Normal RC James? The RC James I took it from. Like, for real. For real, there's nothing left to this boy, just a shell. Like, I contemplated it because I know he's rare. This one's also broken. I want to motorize it. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, he's very dead. Like a little hole. No. Anyways, wasn't talking about your dead sibling, James. Put it on here. So, let me bring up something. If you remember watching my 69th sub special of just running all the Joe's Locos, you might remember a funny green train like this and a funny red train like this. These two were Joe's Locos, but I decided they were ugly. Yes, you, even though you're red. So, these two were originally Joe's Locos. If you want to go find the 69th sub video, you can do that. But it's cringe. Anything from the Elden times on my channel are cringe. The original Wet Railway, cringe. Like, just cringe. So, if you want to, go and dare. Yeah, these were Joe's Locos. I figured that's a fun fact. And now we have maybe the reason why James is my favorite. He has actual functioning bogie. Okay, well, the bogie doesn't spin, but it's a working bogie. Like, it's not moving. There, it's a working bogie. And perks of being right next to my bed. Like, I'm not even doing it on the longer curves. But he does. It doesn't, like, trip him up. He doesn't go, wah, and then derails and dies a horrible death. Right, guys? These guys, of all people, would know because for some reason the track likes to buckle. I'll put you back in your original position, sir. Okay. So, yeah, this is Vane Engine number 5. James Bond 005. Yeah, funny train. Now we get onto funny saddle tank. Alright, guys, here's my ideal Percy custom. He's a pillow. I transform. Oh, wait, no, there he is. Yeah. Percy. Some of you are like, whoa. And some of you are like, disgusting. But, I used it as it was made from a Charlie. See that? No, it's Percy. But it's Charlie. So, imposter syndrome. So, fun fact, if you want to make a really nice Percy, here's all you need. Trackmaster Charlie, screwdriver, Percy face, and, paper towel roll. And maybe some extra details if you want, like the nameplate that's also here. Oh, dogs. Yeah. So you take the shell and you get rid of the smoke box. You then have the option to get rid of but you can take off his square boiler and then put paper towel on it and then boom. And then a big dome. And then the sandboxes, Percy. Very Percy. Percy. Funny train. Funny train. Very funny. I hate flat drives. He also has a front coupling because he's the shunter. He goes shunt. So he might as well have it. Yeah, so Charlie doesn't have pistons, but there's this little block right here for some reason. You can just paint that as the pistons. No one will know. And there are a lot of people out there who just made Percy from a Charlie. And that's because it's good. Builder's plate number. Oh yeah, I moved the lamp down here because it's Percy. And then I did the smug face. I would like to do another face, but I didn't. Look how smug he is. Because now we go on to funny box. Oh wow, funny box is here. Sorry, Henrietta. I did nothing to Henrietta, so she's not allowed. But box, there's not much to box, so we'll just speed run. Handrails, repainted innards, builder's plate, sparkle in his eyes because same thing. White cab, gold funnel, painted details, smoke detail. That's Toby. Now we go on to pannier. So you know how I said funny pannier? I meant funny Scottish twins because I can't find my duck and I can't, make the idealized duck. But there won't be much done. We'll start with Donnie. Donnie actually had the most work into him. So, not him, Douglas. We're doing Douglas first. We put the sparkle in his eyes. Front coupling because, they double head and now funny. So, yeah. Not much on the front of Douglas, but the tender honestly had more work. I put the water cap here, and I gave him his third wheel. Only ones that have the third wheel, because, awesome. And repainted the buffer beam. I did that on both. And then, Donald. So, this is my childhood Donald that I found at Target, and I was like, oh my god, Donald. So, he's seen some things. Can't you just look in his eyes and trust him? Anyway, sparkle in his eyes, front coupling so they can double head. Repainted buffers. Did the bronze detailing because that's on here. Third wheel, water cap. Donald stuck. Yeah. I decided to add that because I actually like that episode. I also had to retrace the lining because everything was destroyed. Not Detroit, destroyed. Whatever, yeah. So, noise test. Here's Tommy hit towards Douglas. No, not too bad. Here's my childhood Donald. Sounds like the devils are trying to bring him back down. But it's whatever. So that was Donald and Douglas. Once Duck is done, I will do a showcase on him. But now we have Funny Auto Tank. I know what you're thinking. If you can't find your duck, there's no way you have a Tommy Oliver. Well, guess who has a Tommy Oliver? Yeah. So this wasn't really idealized. I just wanted to throw him in because he has been slightly customized. White running board and fin. Yeah, I did nothing to him. And I'm really concerned. Sorry, I was aiming at white running board. Nothing much. I'm really concerned because he has a stripped screw, and I need to, like, get in there to change his battery and also his crusty, dusty old things. But he runs. He moves. He grooving. So you might be like, oh, wow, no wonder you're broke. You spent $1 million on Tommy Oliver. $10. $10 at a flea market. Just read it and weep. Read it and weep, okay? $10 at a flea market. Because why don't you go to flea markets instead of searching at... Now you might be wondering. That has to be it. That was the main 11 besides Duck, and I'm sorry, Duck fans. Emily. So Emily was kind of simple. Gave her number 12, repainted her lining, buffers, all the good stuff. She actually has a molded third wheel, so that's nice. Here, obviously, is where damage was done. Also, fun trick, if you, get rid of the big fat, couplings on the Trackmaster engines and replace it with a normal coupling, you have, smaller cab gap. Then I'm a sucker from the bronze detailing, so that was added. Sparkle in the eyes, because bronze buffers, because I hate the silver buffers. Bronze buffers support club. And then I actually got rid of her molded wheels and replaced them Molly wheels. And then these two are James wheels. These have the most friction, these have the middle friction, and these have the least friction. And then, they're too tall. I don't know if you can see it. So, I'll be pushing along Emily. It's only because this is an uneven surface that her wheel is moving. But, it would be her wheel would not be moving. It would be so sad. But I can't do anything about it besides trim the wheels down, and I'm not going to do that. Oh yeah, Soda and Mainland, because all the engines above 11, my headcanon is that they're a part of the Soda and Mainland. And I don't know when I'll do a video about that, but you're just going to have to wait. Bye-bye. You just said bye-bye. What is this? Well, I have 3 diesel customs. Let's start with Bug Cube, or Bug Rectangle, technically. Not much was done to Bug Rectangle. I colored in his windows, yellow splashes on here. Colored in the vent because I'm sorry, my hand was in the way. Colored in the vent because for some reason that wasn't colored. This is a Trackmaster one. So, it's cringe. It can't free roll for that long and then the gears stick up. It actually is doing pretty well, I take that. And then sparkle in his eyes because whys. Sparkle in his eyes because the whys. Anyways, Daisy time. So, Daisy, you might be like, what'd you use to make Daisy? Some people use a Boko. Some people use the Harvey coach that came with Harvey. And you're right, it was a Harvey coach. Only because it actually has these built-in bops that Daisy has. So all I did, I just vertical cuts, masked it up, and then the rest was there. I would like to get a gold rail Daisy face, but I only have one gold rail, and I'm not going to decapitate the face off of it. So now you're just going to have to deal with this horror show. I would also like to replace the buffers, because they're little orbs, and that's not cute. But that's Daisy, and funny train. So, and then we have Mavis. There's not much to do about Mavis. Sparkle in the eyes, because whys. Handrails were detailed. I did window detailing. I like that. I did scruffs on her buffers, like silver marks to show the paint chipping away. And then, I decided to give her a number. 76041. I don't know if any diesel actually had that number, but I decided to give it to Mavis. But, yeah. That is my idealized engines. 1 through 11, except for Duck. And then we have Emily, except for Murdoch. There are a few others I'd like to do, like Diesel, Murdoch, Arthur, Paxton. Paxton. I always forget the T. But, yeah. That's it. Stay off track. I will see you next time.